Mm. What up, Doe? Yeah. It's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe show. Yo, what up, Doe, y'all? Welcome to the What Up Doe show. I'm your boy T. Augustus, welcoming you back once again on a hump day. And I want to say big up to all my people out there. It's a town I had just thought of the other day that I don't ever get no love to, and I forgot again. So I'm sorry, little town that I wanted to talk to and forgot again. I can't seem to get y'all on track. Big up to Kelly Moko Norday. Happy birthday to Angela Parker, and happy birthday to Poets His Stone. Happy birthday to the three of y'all. So that's all I got for birthday shout outs. So it was a quick one, right? We're gonna hop right to it. I got a whole lot of stuff going on, a whole lot of stuff to talk about. So I don't want to waste a whole lot of time in my intro this morning. I want to get right to it. I want to say happy Wednesday, like I'm Jimmy Jam again. But I do really want to say have a happy hump day and make sure you feel on somebody's hump today. Let's get this party started. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. The news of the day, the news of the week, probably the news story of the year so far has been the Don Sterling saga in Los Angeles. And Commissioner Adam Silver came down yesterday and gave his punishment of a lifetime ban from Clippers organization as well as the NBA as a whole. Now, what does that mean? That means that black people can't take him to the game? Is that what that means? Whatever. $2.5 million fine. That's not a whole lot for a guy like that got his kind of money. The lifetime ban. So don't bring him to the games anymore. And what else? I mean, I'm so exhausted with this story. I just think it's kind of funny that a guy named Sterling was Silver's first big case. How about that? Speaking of the NBA, let's stay on the NBA. The NBA playoffs is interesting. The Clippers won. They beat Golden State on the heels of this big story. But also the more interesting story is that the Washington Wizards upset the Chicago Bulls. So bye-bye Chicago. Bye-bye. And Derrick Rose is sitting on the sideline. Derrick Rose, I got a tip for you, man. This time in the off season, before you come back, before next season, don't do a whole bunch of commercials talking about how you're on this comeback. Don't do a bunch of commercials highlighting your rehab and all of this shit. Just get better, get back and play, and be prepared to be healthy in a playoff run so that you're not sitting on the bench while your team needs you and they lose to a team nobody saw coming. Colorado is back in the news, man. Every weedhead's favorite state is back in the news. It's not really news, but the Colorado Symphony Orchestra is doing something unique. They're having what's called a BYOC. Yes, that stands for Bring Your Own Cannabis. It's a symphony orchestra partnering with the cannabis industry to have a BYOC concert. It's called Classically Cannabis, the High Note Series. Yeah, I bet they won't have any problem hitting the high notes in that one. So, I'm sorry, I just think that's funny. Oh boy, let's see what else is going on. There's a priest, is that in Pennsylvania? No, he's in Germany. It's a German Catholic priest. He decided that he wants the Pope. He wrote a letter to Pope Francis to waive his vow of celibacy because he wants to get his freak on. He said he went 7 years out of priesthood and came back, and since he's been out, he's been getting his freak on, and now he wants the right to get his freak on. Actually, you know, he was more responsible with his response. With his letter, he's talking about his right to a family, his marriage, and blah blah blah. He understands that he waived that right when he went to the priesthood, but he'd like to have it back. Well, I think he should have it. And I'm going to say it in all seriousness, I think he should get his right back. I think one of the biggest issues that the priesthood has is this vow of celibacy, and that's why so many of them start falling into the trap of raping these little kids, and because they can't be around girls. They got the nuns, but the nuns are not screwing them, and they get uptight, and it's a natural human thing to want to have sex, and you take that away from somebody, and they're going to go to extreme measures to get it. And they're around boys, these altar boys, and they're vulnerable. And so therefore you get vulnerable boys around horny men, and you put yourself in a situation where you've got, put yourself in a bad situation. I mean, and granted, they're drinking wine and wearing dresses. Okay, in Oregon. Oregon is in the news for the second day in a row. Yesterday, a guy in Oregon had barricaded himself in a house and said, I want some weed, some Mountain Dew, and some cigarettes, or you're never gonna take me alive. Now today, we've got 3 chicks in Oregon, in Beaverton, Oregon, of all places, Beaver Town. In Beaverton, Oregon, they went to pay a fine. One of them went to pay a fine, and they were leaving out and decided in the parking lot at City Hall to start blasting the music and getting a twerk on. So they started having a twerk party in the parking lot at City Hall. Baby, I know you can twerk, but can you cook? That's the big question. But anyway, they were, needless to say, arrested and found out they had a whole bunch of drugs and coke in their system. You gotta be high to do that. One of them was even videotaping the other one. When they got caught, at the time the police came out to them, one of them was taking a piss between cars while the other videotaped him on the phone. These chicks are bananas. And twerk on, baby. Get your twerk on. Anyway, I think my last story of the day is going to be this one. I think that's enough. A Pennsylvania couple got married in the ER after the groom suffered a heart attack prior to the wedding. I think that's a sign you probably don't need to get married. If you have a heart attack before you say I do, just the thought of saying I do brought one on. This is the big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming to join you. I think you should say, you know what, baby, maybe we should rethink this idea of marriage here. Maybe, just maybe, we're not ready. Hope you took out a nice little life insurance policy, but you know what time it is. It's time for the Netflix movie review. Okay, a Netflix movie review. Let's see what we got here. I got a movie called For Real. It's a black movie. It's a B movie. Tim Reed is in it. Actually, not too bad. It was kind of funny. You can tell it's an older movie. It's an older movie. I'm not sure what year. I should have looked at the year. I got it on stream on Netflix, of course. And so you can stream it. It's called For Real, F-O-R-R-E-A-L, 2 words, For Real. But it's kind of funny that you can tell it's because it's such a period piece, is because the phone is like this flip phone, the fat one with the where you at? What you doing? And then you got the guy said, yeah, take this. I'm the only one got your number. I'm gonna call you there. Gave her a beeper. So you know, it's beepers and flip phones, and it's kind of funny to watch the styles, and because it's an older movie. But it was pretty decent. It was kind of funny. He's a record exec. It was interesting for me because I was sitting here watching all of the controversy with the Clippers thing going on. It was ad nauseum all day, of course. and then I cut this on, and this movie is just busting racial jokes left and right. He walks in and tells the lady, hey, look, hey, you're always watching soap operas. Why are you always watching soap operas? She said, I watch soap operas because it's the only way I get to see white people suffering. I thought that was funny as hell. But anyway, they bust a few more funny ones. It's a B movie. If you like the B movies, I like B movies. I like those low-budget films. It's a soft 3. And on my scale of 5, for those that think I'm giving 3 out of 10, it's a scale of 5. I give it a soft 3, and I say soft 3 meaning that it's probably more of a 2.8, 2.9. Kind of a love story falls into play. What happens is he gets this girl off the street. Turns out to be his maid's niece, and the court. She gets arrested, and the court sentences him to take care of her, get her off the street. And he wakes her up one morning, and she jumps up out of bed because she's a real defiant about this. And to keep himself out of trouble, he doesn't care. What she's thinking, this is my life, so you got to do what you got to do. And so he goes to wake her up, and she jumps out the bed and goes walking in the bathroom, and it goes in slow motion because that's the first time he notices. He sees her in her panties as she walks away, and he's like, okay, this chick is actually fine. That could be a problem. So anyway, her name is Tamara Curry. She's a co-star. There's some scenes in this film where she looks really, really good. She's a really good-looking chick. And she starts digging him, too, in return. So they start kind of digging each other. But in the end, they kind of surf it out, and they kind of play it out. It's a good story. He does the right thing in the end, and so does she. And they learn to appreciate each other, and everything works out well. Blah blah, blase splee, and blase splee. That's my Netflix movie review. The name of the movie is For Real. You can catch it on stream on Netflix. It's pretty good if you like B movies, you like black movies. It ain't bad. Check it out. Not a bad story. That's it. Did y'all hear the paper rattling? Y'all wasn't supposed to know that I use paper until you see me on the What Up Doe video show. That's right. So make sure you check out the What Up Doe video show live on YouTube. And also check out my Facebook page. You can find a link to the What Up Doe video show on my Facebook page, facebook.com/whatupdoe. So that's it for the show, y'all. I want to thank y'all for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Again, check me out on Facebook at facebook.com/whatupdoe show. I also want you to check me out on Twitter at Tim_Wilson126. Big up to Latone Heart, the 730 show. You can catch him on iTunes and also on Spreaker.com. Big up to Ife Best, also known as Dr. No, on BNN, the Broke Nikka News. You can find him on YouTube. Check out my boy Miles Perkins with his book, Sex Education, Erotic Secrets of a School Teacher. And last but not least, please support my brother Mike Wilson out in New Orleans. He has a landscaping business. It's called All Clear. Contact me direct for more information because we want serious inquiries only, please. Alright? So on that note, I want to say thanks for joining me. Peace out. Press your crease out. Keep the police out while I bust his niece out. And I'm out of here like last year. Peace.